Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
The neighbor of a 12-year-old boy who murdered teen Sean Sisahai erected barbed wire to keep him away. The 19-year-old was stabbed to death with a 16-inch machete at a Wolverhampton park. It comes as former police officers told our channel the two killers must be named to avoid more bloodshed. The pair are the youngest UK murderers since 10-year-olds Robert Thompson and John Venables killed toddler James Bulger, too, in 1993. One resident put up a spiked perimeter, as well as metal bars and a sign warning about 24-hour CCTV in an effort to keep the scum out. The thug, who cannot be named for legal reasons, would loiter in the area late into the night, riding his bike across nearby fields, they said. The neighbor called him a nasty piece of work, who would even cut the wires on lampposts, post fireworks through letterboxes and steal scooters. The killer and another child, also aged 12, were both found guilty of murder at Nottingham Crown Court on Monday. They are thought to be the youngest knife murderers ever in the UK. Speaking to the Telegraph, one man said, "I told the police he was carrying and I told the social services he was carrying a knife. He was out every night of the week. He was in gangs. Gang members would be in that alley waiting for him. I don't want him breaking into my house when I'm out. I barbed wired it all. I screened the window." He told the Times he was out pinching every night of the week, adding, "I was sick of it." He said every night the police would bring him home and bang on the door, waking him up, and claims cops also smashed his gate off. Former Met Officer Peter Blexley told our channel, "We don't have enough deterrence these days, which is why criminals roam the streets without fear. Naming and shaming sometimes works." And former Met Commander Di Davies said unmasking the killers could act as a deterrent for other youngsters. Secondly, it would expose the feral kids that they are, he said. Sean was slashed with a machete, punched and stamped on in an unprovoked attack in a Wolverhampton park in November. Judge Mrs. Justice Amanda Tipples will consider naming his killers and will hear arguments from the press before next month's sentencing. Haunting voice notes between the killers have now been revealed after they set upon Sean and left him for dead. One of the boys tells his killer pal, "Everyone's talking ABT, sick, it, literally everyone knows." The second teen callously replies, "It is what it is." In another exchange retrieved by police, one of the killers tells his accomplice, "I'm scared, man." The friend says, "I'm not," followed by the acronym IDRC, meaning I don't really care. The court heard the horror unfolded on November 13 while Sean was visiting the UK for cataract surgery. His final movements were captured on CCTV as he boarded a tram with friends and visited a petrol station. At 8 p.m., Sean and one of his pals were seen chatting as they walked to the park unaware of the horror lurking inside. Just minutes later, one of the boys deliberately shoulder-brushed the teen before pulling out the blade from his trousers. The parents of Sean Sisahai said they will never be able to get over the loss of their beloved son. Sean's father, Suresh Sisahai, and mother, Mainshwari Sisahai, said their son was a hard worker, who loved to help his mother with chores, worked for his father at the weekend and always told them that one day he would shine and take care of them. Ms. Sisahai said, "Sean was such a loving son, he was so well-mannered, looked after us, was loving to everyone and very protective. He always said he wanted to work, he wanted his own house, his own car. After his eye surgery he told me he would finish school. He always said, 'Mom, I'll be shining, don't worry, I will help you.' He wanted to be an engineer. When he was a 10-year-old he would work with his father on weekends in construction. His father taught him about all the tools and as he got older he wanted to be an engineer in the UK. He liked basketball and cricket, he loved those sports. He was always listening to music. He spent most of his time at home and didn't want to go out much." Mr. Sisahai added, "I will remember him every day. When I get home I see his pictures, his clothes, his sneakers, I will always remember him. Even at